Hello and welcome to Stout Out Loud's live Untappd ratings. Today's beer is called Talvöö and it's from an Estonian brewery called Põhjala. Usually we say Pohjala here just because it's easier, but if you want to do it right, I think it's something like Põhjala, which is supposed to be Northern Realm in Estonian. This is a brewery that started in 2011 in the Estonian capital Tallinn, which by the way is a wonderful city, and they've grown to be like a huge player on the craft beer market. They're very respected with good reason, I have to actually say. Their beers are the reason that I love stouts as much as I do. This means that I'm partial to their beers, but it also means that I measure every new beer I drink from this brewery to the ones I've already had and love. So I may be extra critical, or I may be extra celebratory, or maybe extra nice, who knows. All I can say is I love a lot of beers that they make. They have a wonderful line of porters and stouts that they make several different varieties of. Of course, one better than the other, but some are just some of the best stouts I've ever had. So if you've never had any of their porters and stouts, you're robbing yourself of a wonderful craft beer experience. Having said that, this one is new to me. What's special about this one, and what's actually become quite common within the world of craft beers, but also very much going for this brewery, Pohjala, is barrel-aged versions of beers that they've already been producing. Pohjala has a Cellar Series. You can recognize them by this layer of wax that is on top of the bottle on the cap. I'm not sure if it's actually wax or if it's some kind of plastic or something. All I know is that it's a bit of a bitch to open it. Usually it helps if you pour some hot water over the top, which I've done. Let's see if it helps. So the Talveöö is one of Pohjala's Ö series, which Ö means night in Estonian, and it's some of their darker, heftier beers that they make. And this is just one in that series. You have the Ö, you have the Ö, which is a very syrupy, very thick, very good stout actually. With this one, the Talvöö, I've never actually had the regular one, if it even exists. I have to admit, I don't really know. But what it is a imperial Baltic porter brewed with coconut, vanilla, and cardamom. Now, vanilla is nothing too special for stouts. Cardamom might be a bit of a challenge, and coconut, I have to say, is usually a success because coconut and hefty, thick, dark stouts work together like a dream. There are some really, really good coconut stouts out there that you really need to try if you like coconut. Now, let's see if I can get this one open. Because like I said, the wax layer is making it a bit of a problem to open it easily. I've put some hot water over it, and let's see if I can get it open. Now watch me struggle for a bit. There seems to be some action. And once again, I'm spilling. Right, so I guess me making a spill when opening a bottle or a can or of my stouts is going to be a regular item in my vlog. It's a bit of a waste. What I can tell you now is that without putting my nose inside the glass, I now already know that the cardamom is very heavy in the nose, the smell of this beer. Indeed it is. Now that's an acquired taste, I have to say, and it might ruin this one for me, but let's see. Yeah, the cardamom is quite present in the flavor, though not as much as I expected from the smell. Oddly, even though it's rum and bourbon barrel aged, I get a bit of a sherry vibe from it, which is kind of like an old women's drink, which, not to say that it's bad, but who else do you see drinking it? It's very particular, this one. You really have to be able to stand the cardamom. I can definitely get the barrel aged aspect of this in the flavor. It has a sort of extra layer that's kind of boozy but also refined, that gives this some extra depth. But if I'm honest, I have to say the cardamom is strong. It's quite strong, and it can put you off. And they've made fuller, thicker beers, porters and stouts, than this one. And like I said, I like a lot of their beers, and they made some really great ones, and I am going to measure them up. And this one doesn't measure up great next to the best beers that this brewery has made, in my opinion, that is, because there's nothing wrong with this beer. It's still a very good, very particular, very characteristic beer. This could definitely be like a replacement for like something heavier, like a spirit. Choose to have this beer instead of a whiskey or a sherry or a rum or whatever. This works just as well. I think is quite boozy. So if I have to rate this, like I said, it doesn't measure up that well to the best of their work. But on its own, it works quite well. And then I think a fair rating would be 4.25 for me. Is it a beer I would have again? Depends on what they have available in the store. If they have the better ones, I'll take those. If not, this is still a lot better than many other beers by other breweries. So there you go. Are you a fan of craft beer, especially dark, thick stouts, and do you want to know what you're spending your money on before you buy something? And please support this vlog by liking and subscribing to our channel, and this way you can make sure that we can continue doing this. So thank you very much, and cheers.